did it. He did it. Oh my God, is this glorious to see a plan that we had for over a year come to fruition. And just like that, 3 became 4. Let's check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXD Los Brooklyn is back in the building. Coming at you live in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. And I love starting the videos like this because you get to see exactly what we're seeing loading out with us in a random hotel room in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. So let's close this place down. Let's get on the road. Alright, everything around here is good. And who do we have with us? The usual 3 has become 4 now. With, of course, Vong Asphalt in the building. Came in last night, rode in through the sunset, and here he is, man. He's had a crazier trip than we've had, but here we go. Of course, we have the road captain in the building. There he is, feeling it right. And, of course, we got the Scorpion still rolling. And, yeah, my bike's all packed up. Vong Asphalt's bike's all packed up. You know, I'm just changing the packing job every day, so every time you see this, it should look a little bit different. You know, that's what's fun about these trips, is playing around with things, not being married to one particular setup. So yeah, every day I load this bike out differently. This actually probably feels the best. I think I finally have it dialed in. I am on like probably maybe 0.01 gallons left. I rode my tank all the way down yesterday to get here. But luckily we were sandwiched between 2 gas stations. And it's probably hard for you guys to see, but there is a beautiful, beautiful dyno right here from California. Look at that thing. I always love on these trips where you see, you know, it gets exciting when you see somebody who's also doing it on a dyno, you know. That kinship is real, so shout out to that dude. Beautiful bike and way to put in the miles on the dyno. But yeah, let's get some gas. Let's get this day rolling, man. Oh, Vong Asphalt, you snaked my pump. Snaked. I guess, is this all diesel? Like, what is happening here? I remember one time back in, man, when was it? It was like back in 2017. I was messing around with my dad. I told him that I filled the bike with diesel. He freaked out. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, good old 91. That's the best that you're getting out here. At the good old Sinclair. Let's play a game right now. I estimate that I'm going to be able to get this to, let's say 4.2 is where I'm going to be at. If I could nail that, you know, dude, as I'm spraying gas all over my bike. It's not the first time. But yeah, I think I'm going to get 4.2 out of this fill up. Let's see if I can nail it. No, I'm not going to spray gas on the side of the bike to demonstrate my estimation skills. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh my God, 4.2. It's closer to 4.3, but I'm happy with that. If you want to be a good son, leave the pump for your dad. If you don't pay for your dad's gas, well, you've forgotten the face of your father. 0.2 gallons left in the tank. That's how you run a tank down. That's how you run a tank down. And yeah, man, so look, we're, like I said, this couldn't be any more the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. This is my happy place. Being no one in the middle of nowhere. If there is an afterlife, this is definitely a room for me in that afterlife, assuming that, you know, I made it there. But yeah, so that's the situation. Like I've said in previous videos, you know, we've had a pretty crazy trip so far. Like, we started our trip with a pretty serious breakdown 100 miles in, which was a major setback. And then the next day we hit some crazy weather and still managed to do 850 miles. But Vong Asphalt's time out here has been even crazier. He was supposed to leave with us when we left on the 30th, but literally the day before we left, he got his bike back from service and he literally had no front suspension. So he was riding ridge, no front suspension at all. And what it turned out is somehow his forks were bent. So he had to get that taken care of, and that set him back from leaving with us about, I think it set him back 3 days until he was able to get it done. And basically, you know, he got it done, And the second he got done, he hopped on the road. So he like started riding through the night, did 300 miles, and you know, started riding to make up for the time. We hung out in Colorado for about 3 or 4 nights just to let him catch up with us. And you know, if anyone is gonna make up the miles, it's gonna be Vong Asphalt. If you don't know, he holds the record for 4,000 miles in 4 days. Dude knocks out 1Ks in 1 day like it's nothing. So I had no doubt that he would make it. You know, when you do a lot of these bike trips and you do this for a long time, you meet a lot of people that say that they want to do it, but 90% of those people never actually do it. Vong Asphalt is definitely one of those people who's going to do it. Which is why this original trip was just going to be me and him. I didn't think I was going to be doing this with the Road Captain and the Scorpion this year because of them dealing with hectic situations in their work life. So I thought it was going to be me and him. But once they decided that they wanted to do it, then it was like, all right, we're in it. So yeah, it started as 3, as most of these road trips do, and now it has become 4, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And notice the order here of the formation. It's very, very important. It goes by age order here. So you got my dad, the Road Captain, up front. He's in his 60s. Then you got the Scorpion up there. He's on the wrong side of 40, I think. And then you got Vong Asphalt here, who's on the wrong side of 30. And then you got myself, who's approaching the wrong side of 30. So I'm the youngest here, so I ride as the tail gunner. And that's it, man. But, oh my God, is this glorious to see a plan that we had for over a year come to fruition. You know, I just remember so many rides last summer where, you know, I didn't do a major road trip like this because of the pandemic, and myself and Vong Asphalt would just talk about doing this type of trip. And it's just really, really satisfying to now be living the moment that we talked about a year ago and actually be doing the miles that we said we were going to be doing. That is very satisfying. So, in terms of putting in heavy miles and doing a bike trip, this is the biggest formation I've ever done it with. You know, 4 is starting to push it, you know, but everyone here is solid. Everyone here's riding is solid. Everyone here's stamina is solid. And even just hitting that gas station, we made it out of there probably within 5 minutes. So you see these giant groups of people doing these rides where you got like 20 bikes, and all I could just wonder is like, dude, how much time during the day are you all spending at the gas station? So there's definitely a limit to efficiency with how many people you want to travel. I think there's benefits to doing these trips alone, but honestly, like, I have such a good time doing these trips with some of the folks that you see with me. So if it's ever available to do these trips with a group like this, I'm always going to choose that rather than doing it on my own. But I'll definitely, you know, do a trip like this at some point by myself in my riding career, because again, I think that's just something that's important for your own experience. But yeah, Vong Asphalt made it. Very exciting. It's also very exciting because now I have someone to split a hotel room with, so we split it down the middle, which is really nice. And yeah, I'll tell you what, the dude doesn't snore. That's a big plus. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting your sleep dialed in on these types of trips. So what's that?
There's an accident up the road where you're headed. Be careful.
Thank you. Dude, that's what's up, man. I really appreciate that. He was just saying that there's an accident up the road and to be careful. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah. Yeah, we're far from home. Yep. Yeah, man. Shout out to that police officer for giving us the heads up that we're about to be heading into some gnarliness up here. I appreciate that. You know, I've had experiences on trips like this where we've definitely been profiled or not treated the best by the local law enforcement when they see New York plates. You know, that those plates carry their own stigma. So I always appreciate it when law enforcement is looking out for us, knowing that we're far from home, whether that's giving us a pass as we're doing speeds that maybe we shouldn't be doing, or, you know, a situation like that where it's just letting us know that we're probably going to be riding into some gnarliness. So shout out to the Wyoming law. That's cool. But yeah, man, that's it. 3 became 4. To me, I'm pretty happy with this formation. I probably, you know, next to the Road Captain and the Scorpion in terms of shared miles, I probably have the most amount of shared miles with Long Asphalt over here. Me and my brother over there have done a lot of riding together. A lot of riding together. So, you know, when you do this type of riding and you start to hit a certain amount of shared miles with somebody, you kind of develop like a hive mind, you know? I could see the slightest body movement from the Road Captain and I can know exactly what he's thinking. You know, you get this kind of like soul link thing going, and I don't mean linking a Lexan unit. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to get all, you know, freaky deaky energy, you know, the constellations here, but you start to just, you know, move as a unit and really adapt to each other's riding style in a way that's a really cool thing to experience. And I think, you know, other situations that you all might find yourselves in where you're having to do something as a team, when you spend a certain amount of time, it's just a cool thing to know what everyone's thinking, what everyone's next move is without having to explicitly communicate it. And that's what we're currently sitting at just from day number 1 with this current formation. But look, if you've never ridden your motorcycle through the great state of Wyoming, what are you waiting for? This is what is up. Being in the middle of nowhere, being nobody. That's what I want to be, man. And I'll tell you what, the thing that they don't tell you is how crazy the weather is when you do this. Woke up this morning, it's 50 degrees. So I'm wearing a hoodie underneath my jacket, and I was just sweating, but now that we got some air moving, I'm actually feeling pretty good with my layer choices. And yeah. So that's where we're at this point in the trip. This is day number 7, which means that we are officially halfway through, or even more than halfway through the trip. I'll tell you this much, I haven't enjoyed myself on a motorcycle trip like this probably since 2017. It's just been a really, really wonderful trip that my soul has needed, and I'm sure these 3 guys' souls have also needed. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you're enjoying these miles half as much as we are. Stay tuned to see what we get into. And yeah, man, grateful for good company. Grateful for good company. As always, stay safe, stay low, practice a positive mental attitude, and on that, FXTLS Brooklyn is out.